good teams. They were full of big names. You'll see there Dennis Amiss opening the innings, a very good player. Tony Greig and Alan Knott, and the irrepressible great fielder Derek Randall. Australia had the great Greg Chappell. David Hooks, a new young player who stroked the ball with lots of shots. And the fast bowler, Jeff Thompson. Now Australia won the toss and they put England into bat. And we'll pick up play early on in England's innings.
That's made for the shot. Beautifully played again. The wide half volley. And the delight of any batsman in form to receive a delivery such as that. A superb shot by Brearley, 4 glorious runs, brings up a century opening partnership for England. The 100 coming up in 94 minutes. Very anxious to get it, pushed to mid-off, scampers through for another very good 50. Amiss likes this ground. He came back last year, made a brilliant 200 against the pace of Holding and Roberts, and on his return has gone to an excellent 50. Only 1 boundary in that. And brilliant turn will follow. Brearley's done 50 in the identical time, but he in fact has found the boundary 7 times. Chappell moving, David Hooks a good deal squarer now on the offside boundary. And that's short, a bad ball. First really bad delivery from Ray Bright, an absolute gift there. Another short one, and this time fiercely put away by Amiss through mid-wicket for 4. That's another good shot. Can't afford to bowl short to these two. And hammered away again through mid-wicket off the back foot for 4 runs. Amiss really enjoying this pitch. Swept away, bad ball there, pitching very, very wide outside leg stump. And Brearley taking full advantage, making no mistake.
That's 4. No need to chase that one. It's a nick through the slips. And 52 on the board now. And Brearley goes to 77. Good shot. That's beaten Thompson at mid-on. That's a fine stroke. Beautifully timed and with great power from Dennis Amiss. Oh, it's a neat stroke. Beautifully guided away there on the leg side. Thompson will only be able to bowl it in. And not a bad bowling either, making Brearley hurry, but still 3 runs there. Well, this could hardly be a better psychological boost for England. They've won the first 2 games of this Prudential Series, and here they are in the first morning, 161 for naught in the third game. And now 161 for 1. O'Keefe, for the final delivery of his 11th over, has taken the first wicket, stumped by Robinson. The man out was Mike Brearley, jumping down the track, missing by a long way, and Robinson having no trouble in making the stumping. So the first success for Australia, 161 on the board for England. The man out, Brearley, stumped Robinson, bowled O'Keefe for 78. Amos is 79. Lovely shot. Very strong roundabout leg stump. The Australians should know by now that that's not the place to bowl at him. Half volleys on leg stump. No matter what pace you're bowling, Amos still is a marvellous leg side player. Interesting that he hasn't been given a bouncer so far today by any of the bowlers, not even Lenny Pascoe. Doug Walters. Oh, it's got to be overthrows there. And it's Dennis Amos's century. 3 runs there to Amos to bring up the 100. And a very, very fine innings indeed.
242 all out, England, and that was after a wonderful opening stand with Dennis Amos making 108, Mike Brearley 78, and then the whole innings just fell away. Now remember, this was 55 overs. All the bowlers did their job. Probably the best one was Jeff Dimmock, left arm medium pace. But the thinking was that England were maybe 30, 40 runs short at the Oval, big outfield, quick scoring. And after the break, we'll have a look and see how Australia chased that total.
A very close call there if Barlow had hit the wicket. I think in any case Chappell might just have beaten him in. Short one, hooked away quite nicely between those two. So he needs 3 men out there and to cut off that shot. 2 of them not very far apart. Skillfully placed there by Robinson for another boundary. He moves on now to 23, the total of 39. That's a good shot. Greg Chappell quite confident that'll go through for 4. He's been out there a long time. We've seen that ball hurrying over the outfield. And anything struck with force like that and beaten the fielder, certain to go for 4 here. That's a good shot. Firmly struck, straight driven 4. That's really the man that England have got to get rid of, already running into form. Conditions really made for Greg Chappell here today. He's moved quickly into double figures. He's on 11 now. To save a bit of time, League has dropped into mid-off. Amos has come round to extra cover. That wasn't a particularly good shot this time by Chappell. And it's a good stop by Underwood in front of the members' pavilion, cutting off the boundary, and Chappell this time will take 3. So 3 bringing the 50 up for Australia in the 12th over. It's Robinson's turn this time, not quite such an elegant shot, but it's going to a mid-wicket for 2. this time all right. Almost just about to give up the battle. So, a good boundary to Greg Chappell.
That must have been desperately close to getting through. It's the one that comes back in the air with the arm, and Chappell was so cramped there that he finally had to take it from about middle and leg. I think probably light rain falling here at the moment. John Lever. It's a good throw. Lovely throwing arm, John Lever. And the shout you heard was Greg Chappell telling Richie Robinson it was going to be his end. The slight rain falling will make it difficult for Underwood and the other spinner Miller to grip the ball. Most unorthodox, effective. Bob Willis, man chasing. Oh, that was a nasty fall. He seems all right.
That's well fielded. Tony Greig getting the long arm down there. And that's 4. That's exactly where Miller can't afford to bowl. Anything short on the offside will get the treatment from Greg Chappell. He's only got 3 men guarding that offside, and no problem for a player as good as Chappell to find the gap. Chappell now to face. Turner Bob Willis coming in from deep square this time. Greg Chappell able to come back for the second, and the 100 comes up for Australia. So 101 for 1 in the 26th over. That's a good shot. Fine movement of the feet there. Did pretty well to stop that with the boot. Well, he's not one of the greatest out-boot chasers, but managed to get a big left boot to it. Chappell 49 now, Lever the bowler. Delicately away down to a deep long leg. So again, the big boot of Willis saving the boundary. But those 2 runs bring in 52 Greg Chappell, and an exceedingly good one too. Been in command ever since he took guard. Played some really delightful shots all around the wicket. And moves to 52 out of 113 for 1 in the 29th over. It's Tony Greig from the Vauxhall end. Barlow and Chase out there. And Chappell gets a couple more runs. That's a big yahoo to leg his middle at this time. One of the rare opportunities he's had to pick it up off the meat of the bat. In fact, it's cleared the ropes, and that's a very, very big hit. You can see how he swings everything into this.
Good shot from Robinson. Chris Auld will just be able to cut it off. There's been some good fielding down in that long leg area by Willis and Auld today. And it's 150 up now for the Australians, and they need only 243 to win the match. It's in the air but safe, and it's 4 runs. That's a really well-timed stroke from Greg Chappell. Waited on that and hit it away behind square. No chance of Auld cutting it off, and Chappell now has gone ahead again to 69. 64 to Robinson. 18 overs to go and 84 runs needed. Good shot. Very much an improvised shot. They'll look to run 4. Richie Robinson's going to come back, and they'll do it easily. That's A long boundary down there. The Vauxhall end on the leg side for right-hander. The clouds still building up on the left of the ground, being raced across by the strong wind that's still blowing. And it's Bob Willis. That'll be 4. A little lucky, it came right off the bottom of the bat. And again miscued and beautifully fielded by Randall. And if it hit the stumps, it must have been out. A lovely piece of fielding, throwing and judgment. And also a little admonishing word to say where on earth was the fellow who should have been behind the stumps at the bowler's end. It's in the air. Mike Brearley, it's not an easy one, but he's caught it. That's well judged. And Richie Robinson is out for 70. Caught Brearley, bowled Willis. The total 181 for 2, with Greg Chappell on 87. And dare one say it, that Australian's unlucky number on the scoreboard again when there's a small disaster. Robinson, opening the innings today, has made 70. It was a new second wicket record for Prudential Trophy matches. 148 runs added, beating the previous record of 143. Oh, that's an interesting shot from Hughes to get off the mark. Just pick up the 3 runs there, out to deep mid-wicket. Well, that's got to be close. Yes, indeed. That's well bowled. The one darting back from outside off stump. So Hughes has gone for 3, 186 for 3. Here's the striker, not yet off the mark. He's off it now with a fine shot away past square leg. I don't think Brearley would be too pleased about that. All the balls not to bowl to Doug Walters. At this stage of the innings, that would be it. 93 Greg Chappell, 9 to Walters now.
So Walters, who's made his 12 runs quite briskly, facing Underwood. That's in the air and it's caught. Well, nobody could have deserved a wicket more than Derek Underwood. Walters, a man falling, chasing runs over these last few overs, trying to hurry it along. Couldn't clear Brearley at mid-wicket. And 2 good catches then in this innings by the England captain. See the end of Doug Walters dancing down the pitch, trying to clip it over the top of Brearley there at mid-wicket. Reaching up and taking a good catch. So 211 for 4 in the 49th over, and Greg Chappell on 49. No worries about him not getting 100. The field's pushed back. They're quite happy to give him the single, which will take him through to 3 figures. He's gone for the big one. It's 1 bounce to Amiss at mid-on. It brings him 100. And what a good 100 this has been. In fact, the first 100 by an Australian in Prudential Trophy cricket. 154 minutes. Superb performance this by Chappell. He raises his bat. He's there with 100 to his name. 212 the score. 243 wanted. And as long as this man remains, every chance of Australia going through to make it 2-1 in this series. Greg to Chappell. He's found the vacant spot again over deep square leg. No need for anybody to chase that. That'll go through for 4. 4 runs nearer. Victory here for Australia. David Hookes at the far end now. He's made 3 facing John Lever. And over goes the stump. I doubt what he saw very much of it because it's really dark out there, but it's a great sight for a left-arm quick bowler to see that stump flying out of the ground. Well, one can't criticise or condemn young David Hookes. Very black indeed out there as he swings the bat, loses his middle stump to John Lever. He's the 5th Australian out, total now on 225, and he was bowled by Lever for 3. And a tremendous catch. Almost picked that up in the dark. It's a happy, jovial smiling Randall, who snapped up Bryant at cover point. And Ray Bright out without scoring. The score on 228 for 6. So high drama. It's very, very dark out there now. So conditions are filthy, it's black, it's murky, it's starting to pour with rain. And Kerry O'Keefe in at number 8, peering into the darkness there and thinking it's Chris Old who's coming in to bowl to him. There's a big shout for LBW, which has turned down, could be run out. And in fact he is. So a little bit of a circus going on out there at the moment, because I should be very surprised whether Kerry O'Keefe saw anything at all. It's black, it's really hurtling down with rain now. And this game of cricket, which has promised so much all day, is ending in a little bit of a farce here. Two umpires are going to confer. The sun flashing through the background of all these dark clouds. And if there's any chance at all, I think they're going to stay out there and try and finish it. And it is, in fact, Jeff Thompson coming out. He'll get wet through before he even gets to the middle, because now it's coming down like stair rods. Well, the umpires have asked. They said, we don't mind getting wet, and just look at that rain. It's... Well, the light even getting worse now, because in the dark there's an odd glimmer of sun coming through, which would make it extremely difficult. And have you seen shadows as long as that at the Oval? Chappell, who's made 112 to face in the pouring rain, as Chris Old comes down to bowl. And it really is something of a farce, this game of cricket now. And here comes Old again. And where's that gone? Yes, that's going down to third man, could be 4. It's a sliding tackle. Conditions made for a sliding tackle out there. But it's 4 runs to Greg Chappell. As Old comes into Thompson. Driving rain. It's in the air. Going to drop safe, I think. But 2 useful, valuable runs to Jeff Thompson. And it's lever to Chappell. Lightning bit of work there, and Barlow chasing in, runs out Jeff Thompson. So some other poor unfortunate batsmen's got to come out and get wet through. All then to Chappell, the field closing in now. But he's got it through, no problem at all. That will go all the way through. It's the winning run for Australia, and Greg Chappell getting a couple to make absolutely sure. And full marks to the Australian captain. The one man who's really been in form for the Australians right the way through this tour has finally won this third and last Prudential side match for his side with a brilliant innings of 123 not out, with the Australians just scrambling home with an over to spare.
So Australia won the match, scoring 246 for 8. With 10 balls to spare, they got home. But basically, I think the scorecard flattered England a bit. Greg Chappell made a superb 125 not out, and while ever he was there, you felt that Australia were going to get home. There was 2 late run-outs, a little hiccup at the end, but I don't think England really were going to win. It was only Derek Underwood with 1 for 21 off his 11 overs that really threatened the batsmen. So in the end, it was a win for Australia, but a series